In today's video, we're going to take a look at my new Savage 110 Tactical 308 caliber bolt action. Can kind of do the initial look at it and maybe show a little range footage. Coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, as I said in this video, we're going to take a look at my new Savage 110 Tactical. It's bolt action in 308 caliber, and I've put maybe 100 rounds through it, maybe not quite that many. I actually took this to Thunder Ranch, and so I got it double-sighted in there. Got my first case of scope bite because when I initially sighted in, I was on a bench. I sighted in prone at Thunder Ranch and was a little closer, and bam. And I showed Clint Smith that. He said, we don't do that here. So anyway, but I got this for hunting. Hadn't been hunting in quite a while, but a good friend of mine is an avid hunter, and he's got somewhere I can hunt. So I'm gonna try to go hunting in the next few weeks here with this. But because it's just getting hard for me. It's hard for me. It's been hard for me to find somewhere to hunt that's somebody that I trusted. I don't like going to public lands too much, and it's just. But I've always kind of wanted to get more into hunting. Speaking of that. That kind of is a good segue to talk about this video sponsor, because if you're somebody like me that's always kind of wanted to go to maybe some exotic hunts or some safaris or whatever, then you're going to like this sponsor. It is a free downloadable game for your mobile device called Hunting Clad, and again, it's available as a free download for either iOS or Android. It's really cool. It lets you hunt a lot of different animals in a lot of different locations with a lot of different weapons. You start in Montana and work your way up to other locations as the game progresses. You can hunt lions, tigers, and bears literally in different locations. Pretty cool. You collect lure cards and power-ups and stuff as you go, and it's really, really simple to play. I've been playing it way too much, to be honest with you, but you just pick a location, you pick an animal you want to hunt from a lure card, and you get busy with it. So I got to make an admission to you, okay? My little sister loves giraffes, and I love her, but I've never really grown out of that irritate your little sister thing, so I like to hunt the giraffes on here. So, and they make this really cool flop when they hit the ground. Just to be clear, no actual animals are harmed in the making of this video or this game. It's just all good, clean fun if you like to hunt. But one thing I do want to warn you about, this game is very, very addictive. If you don't believe me, ask my wife. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, I encourage you to go to the link in the video description below. Click on that link. Again, it's a free download, and if you use my link, it helps support the channel, and I really appreciate it. So have fun, happy hunting, and go bag a big one. Now, let's get back and talk about the details and specs and all that good stuff of this Savage 110 Tactical. Okay, we are here in the luxurious indoor studios at Survival on Purpose to take a closer look at my new Savage Tactical 110, chambered in 308. And if you're an observant viewer, you may notice that it has a different bipod on it than it did in the previous scenes. That's because I upgraded to an AccuTac bipod. There'll be a different video about that. I don't want to spend time on that in this because I'm probably already going to be rambling too much. But what I thought I'd do is take you down to what is potentially the world's oldest card table, or at least the oldest one I know of I've ever seen, and we'll get to looking at the specs of this thing. And I know I promised in the intro that we'd do some range footage, but I got to be honest with you, I just wasn't happy the way it turned out, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. I'm going to do another entire range video on this thing, showing you the potential accuracy now that I've got it set up the way I want it. So without further ado, let's get down to the old picnic table and get to doing some of that Savage 110 stuff. Okay, so here we are at what's possibly the world's oldest, certainly one of the most ricketiest card tables I know of with 110. I'm trying to get it all on the camera, but it's really hard to do because I have a limited space here. But I've got my notes also so we don't screw anything up. So real quick, just tell you how I've got this thing outfitted just so we're on the same page about that. So I have a Trijicon AccuPoint scope on it with a standard reticle. It's a 3x9 scope, and it is mounted on a Midwest Industries quick disconnect scope mount rail, and I have a AccuTac bipod and a Blue Force Tactical special edition color SHOT Show edition Vickers tactical sling on here. So and that's that's everything but the rifle itself. Oh, and I also have at the front up here, I have an AccuTac swing stud, a swivel stud adapter, because this gun comes with swivel studs. and no rail down here. It does have a sight rail up here that the scope quick disconnect scope mount is on. So let's talk about the specs of the rifle first, just to get that out of the way. So it has a 20-inch, this one has a 20-inch fluted barrel. You can see the fluting here. It is threaded. If you want to put a muzzle device on there, like maybe a silencer or suppressor, whatever you want to call it. This is a threaded heavy barrel with an end cap. They also have a 24-inch model available. I went with the 20 just because I didn't want it to be too long if I did decide to put a can on it. This is a 1 in 10 twist matte black carbon steel barrel. The overall length of the rifle is 43 inches, and it weighs just 7.38 pounds. Features a matte gray synthetic stock with a kind of a soft foreign inserts up here, a little bit inserts here, and it's got a nice little kind of soft inserts here on the pistol grip, some checkering there, and a nice cushy butt pad. This gun uses a detachable 10-round box magazine, and it uses the Magpul A762AC. I think that's ACIS pattern, but yeah, just a straight up Magpul mag, very easy to find. 10 rounds. I think you can get them with 5 rounds too, but 10-round mag is pretty good there. I like that. I really wanted a 308 with a detachable magazine. To me, that just gives you much more versatility, right? Savage has really got it going on, in my opinion. This is a really good value. Real quick, right out of the box, this thing, the MSRP on this rifle is $859. I paid $689.99 for it at Big Daddy Unlimited. After shipping and FFL transfer fee, my total cost was $739. So for the rifle, which is a pretty good deal. So let's talk about a couple things. So first of all, this thing features an AccuStock rail system, which secures the action and free floats the barrel. So it's got like it's a synthetic stock, but it's got a milled aluminum, big aluminum block in there that mounts the action mounts to, secures it. But the barrel itself, just to show you, it's free floated, okay, all the way up. So the barrel does not touch, it doesn't touch the stock, which is really good because it keeps the barrel harmonic stable, and you don't have to worry about it messing up if it hits the stock when it flexes or whatever. So that's good. And then it has an AccuFit system, which basically means that, let me just turn this thing around a little bit. I'm just going to show you some other stuff about it. But first, you can change this comb out, your cheek comb out, for different height combs, right? And to get your better cheek weld. And so it comes with, it comes with 5, you got 5 choices here from high to low. This is the highest one right now. And then it's got all these little spacers here. To go back here, you can change your length of pull as well. And it's really easy to do. I'm not going to show you that right now because I don't want this video to be 45 minutes, but there's just 2 Phillips head screws there. You pop those off. You can pop this got it's got little notches on it. It slides in, and then you change it, add spacers or remove them as you see fit. So that's pretty cool. So it's very, very customizable. The point is, you can make this rifle fit you without taking it to a gunsmith. You can really, really adjust it to fit you, so you can get the best fit to your rifle. It also has the Savage Accu Trigger, which, man, I'd heard about it, but I had no idea how stinking good it was. This is a really, really good trigger. What I want to do now is get you a close-up of this thing and show you the right out of the box. Okay, this thing is adjustable, so if you want to adjust it, you can. It's very easy to do. There's instructions. They give you the little tool to do it. It's completely user customizable. You don't have to take it to a gunsmith to adjust the trigger. Mine came out of the box with a pretty close to very crisp 2-pound trigger. I say pretty close to 2 pounds. It was very crisp, but it's pretty close to 2 pounds. And after shooting an AR, so the first time I took it to the range, I was shooting an AR with about a 5-pound trigger, which is kind of mil spec. And man, this thing is like, wow, it's a whole different ball game. So the other thing, let's see, it's got an oversized knurled bolt handle, which works very well. Gives you a lot to grip home. You can hold it with gloves or whatever if your hands are wet. One of the complaints I've heard from other people is that it's not threaded. You can't change it out. If you want to change it, you got to get a different bolt piece back here. But it's fine for me. I don't need to change it, so I'm happy with it. It also has this Picatinny rail comes mounted with this on top to mount a scope or whatever, and it is a 20 MOA rail, which means that it instead of being flat with the barrel, it's a little higher in the back, which gives you a little bit of added range, basically, because you don't have to raise your scope up, as you don't have to cock your scope as much. So anyway, it gives you a little longer range is the point. So anyway, let me give you a little close up here. We'll show you the action, show you how the safeties work and all that. We'll check the trigger pull, and we'll wrap this up because I don't want it to be a 45-minute video. Did I already say that? Okay, first of all, let me go ahead and show you this trigger. Get the safety off up out of the way. You see the trigger's got this little bar on it, and that's just kind of like similar to a safety on a Glock trigger or whatever. So just an additional safety that just disconnects it where the trigger will move. So it has a 3-position safety. You can see right now red, it means dead. So make sure it's cocked, okay. If you pull it all the way back to cover the red up, then the trigger will not work, nor will the bolt work. I mean, it's locked. It locks everything up. That is not a substitute for using proper safe gun handling, but that's the way the safety works. And then if you push it all the way forward, then it's red. Red means dead. I like that forward style safety because if you push it forward, that means that's like the bullet's going that way. So that kind of gives you a good mental indication that it's ready to fire. This also has a 2-position safety, and the way that works is you put it kind of in the middle. And what that'll do is it will lock the trigger from moving. The little toggle will still move, but the trigger itself, you can't really see that, can you? The trigger itself, try to get an angle. The toggle will move, but the trigger itself won't move. And then when you push it to red, of course, it will, can you see that? Let's see. The whole thing moves, and you hear the firing pin drop. So another way to put it, if you can't find that half-safe position, one way to do it is to raise the bolt up, push it into safety, and then watch it move when I drop it back down. And drop the bolt back down. And the safety, you see it move to half covered up. So that's the middle position safety now, which means the trigger won't move, but you can cycle the action. So there's that. Another feature is it has a cocking indicator. So we're safe now, nothing in here. You see that move down? That's your cocking indicator. So that little lever there is both your takedown lever and your bolt release lever, actually, and your cocking lever. So you see it stayed up. That means the firearm is cocked. Now, if you want to remove the bolt, and actually when I bought this, I had to put the bolt in. It came separately. Make sure it's unloaded. Take the mag out. Make sure it's unloaded. Okay, be fair here. I've already checked that. Then open it. Bring the bolt all the way back. Pull the trigger all the way back, and then push that release button down. It's hard to do it with 2 hands, but I usually like put my finger in there like that, my thumb there like that, push it all the way down, and just pull the bolt out. In the old days, you used to just hold the trigger back and pull the bolt back, but it's got a little extra release lever on it now. To put it back in, it's just a reverse. Trigger all the way back, release lever all the way down, and push it in. And if you always want to do a function check when you do that, so check to make sure the safety works and make sure the half safe works. And make sure, obviously, the fire works. So there's that. Now what I want to do is show you this cool trigger. So cock it, it's unloaded, and this is straight from the factory. No adjustments, nothing done to it. Let me put it up here where you can see it. Oh, okay. I'm running out of dadgum card table here. Put it back to 0, and let's just see. See that? That's about 2 pounds, and literally, I've done this multiple times, and it always breaks. I guess I'll cock it first. It's going to be a 10-pound trigger, a 50-pound trigger. All right, do it again. That was a little 2 1/4, but I think that's because I had a little angle on it. But it just that one's almost 2 1/2. So between 2 to 2 1/2, but extremely crisp. Just right, bam. There's no creep, nothing there. Okay, so that was some of the specs and details and, the basic operation of the Savage 110 Tactical. Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of the things I really like about this is it is made in the USA. So that's pretty cool. So right now I've got the rifle that's made in the USA, the scope's made in the USA, the scope mount's made in the USA, the bipod's made in the USA, and the sling's made in the USA. So go USA. So I'm pretty happy with the setup. But like I said, I'll do another video on the range, and we'll do some serious sighting in this thing and try to see how small groups I can get and do some ammo comparison and all that stuff. And we'll do another video again, like I said, on the AccuTac bipod, and probably another video on the Trijicon AccuPoint scope. And we've already done the videos on the Blue Force Gear Vickers Tactical Sling. So if you're looking for a really solid American-made bolt-action rifle, and they have this in other calibers too. I just went with 308 because, you know, it's tried and true, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I just wanted something that I could shoot NATO ammo if I needed to, because it's rarely available, and it gets the job done. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy with this rifle. I think it's a great value. You can certainly spend more, you can certainly spend less, but I think for the money, you can't get a better value than this Savage 110, because the Accu trigger is really, really good. The free floated barrel, the AccuFit, and the Accu stock and the AccuFit, everything, it's like you got a custom rifle out of the box, because you can make it that way. So anyway, I'll shut up. I hope this has been helpful. Again, I bought this at Big Daddy Unlimited. You know, your mileage may vary there, but they saved me a lot of money. Again, stay tuned for some more footage and all this other stuff. And as always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. I really appreciate it. Once again, my name is Brian. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.